Nobody wanted this orange coffee table, but you'll be surprised how you can use something like this in your house with the help of some easy DIY paint. You can even trick Google into thinking this is a $3,000 designer coffee table. This furniture makeover starts right now. Today's video is sponsored by Beyond Paint, and I'm starting my adventure at my local restore that supports Habitat for Humanity. It is 30% off today because it is the last Friday of the month, which means anything that is left in here at this point has been really picked over because people go crazy and line up for 30% off day. So anything that's left at the end of the day is really pretty undesirable. But this little orange coffee table at the back of the room caught my eye. I love the detail and the shape on it and the apothecary style, and I'm thinking some black paint is going to totally transform this thing, and for 30% off I'm able to get this for $31.50. Y'all, it has been a minute since I bought some furniture, so let's get this thing home and work on it. But before I head home, I'm actually going to go stop by Lowe's to pick up my Beyond Paint. If you didn't know, you can now get it in store. Beyond Paint is one of my favorite paints for the average beginner DIYer because it's so easy to use. You don't have to prime and you don't have to sand, and it has a built-in top coat. If you haven't seen me work with Beyond Paint before, all I need is a roller and a chip brush to put this on. So I've grabbed my 3/8" nap microfiber roller as well as some chip brushes. And don't forget to pick up a paint tray as well if you don't have one. Now I'm at home and ready to unload my furniture. I inspected this and it is nothing special. It was made in Taiwan. As you can see, the bottom is made out of particle board. It does have some real wood border and the feet are real wood as well, but this is made out of pine. So it's not a super expensive, nice wood, and pine really tends to pull orange and yellow even when you stain it. So the easiest way to make this over is going to be painting it. The drawers are in pretty good shape, so I'm not gonna have to refinish inside of those, but here's another indicator that this is an inexpensive piece. It has a pin nailing on the drawers instead of dovetailing. Painting this is gonna save me so much time because look at all this detailing. If I were to sand this back, this would take forever. All these little details to get in with precision sanding and hand sanding would take weeks and weeks, and we're gonna get this makeover done in one day. I'm going to be keeping this hardware because it goes really well with the apothecary style of the front of the coffee table, and they are a brassy antique color, so they're going to look really great and pop once I paint this black. And these would also be really hard to replace because they screw in on the front, so I'd have to re-drill holes if I replace these, and why spend the extra money when these look great? Now that I have the hardware and all the sticky stuff removed off the top, I'm ready to clean, and I'm going to use these simple green towels. To prep your furniture for Beyond Paint, all you have to do is clean it with a degreaser like Simple Green. I'm going to remove my drawers to paint them because they overhang and touch the frame, so they're going to be easier to paint separately. If you have a drawer that you can't remove like this, it's likely that there's a stopper underneath. You simply have to lift up the drawer and push the stopper down to remove the drawer. And even when I have just 3 drawers like this, I always number them so I can put them back in the correct order. And now that I have the drawers out, I can see all this particle board underneath as well, so we know we're not dealing with an antique. Cleaning is really an important step when it comes to working with Beyond Paint. Look how much dirt and grime I was able to get off the coffee table. And before I'm ready to paint, I'm just going to take some clean water and rinse everything down. While I've been cleaning, I've been taking inventory of the coffee table, and it's in really good shape. It doesn't have a lot of damage. It does have the occasional nicks and dings that you have from wear and tear, and it has some intentional markings to make it look older as well. I'm going to embrace the old world charm and not use any wood filler on these scratches. The paint will camouflage these a bit because it is textured and meant to fill in little imperfections like this, but you still will be able to see them, so if that's going to bother you, go ahead and use some wood filler. I'm working out in my garage because I have this space, but you don't have to have a workspace like this to work with Beyond Paint. It is low VOC and it's water-based, so it has just a minimal amount of odor, so it's safe to use inside, around your family, and around your pets. Just make sure you're putting down a drop cloth to protect your space. I'm using the color Licorice today, which is a beautiful true deep black. They have 19 designer colors that you can choose from. And like I mentioned earlier, you just put this on with a chip brush in the detailing, and then I'm going to roll out any of the flat surfaces. Since this top has these little indentations across the top, I've done pieces of furniture like this before, and I like to dabble and stipple the brush into these crevices and then roll the entire top out. When you're using the chip brush, you want to use this bouncing and stippling motion. You don't want to do traditional brush strokes. It looks a lot better when you do the stippling, and it matches and mimics the look of the roller. And again, the roller I'm using is a microfiber roller with 3/8 inch nap. And Beyond Paint's going to give you a lightly textured finish. It dries down to a matte eggshell finish, and there is no need to top coat because it's built in. It also contains very fine colorant to avoid fading, and it also has UV stability too. I love this paint for beginners because it is so easy, because you don't have to do that stripping, that sanding, that priming. Everything is built in, including the top coat, and it makes it really easy to work with. It's suitable for indoor or outdoor projects, and I'm using it here on wood, but you can also use it on metal, formica, laminate, plastic, glass, linoleum, masonry, tile, marble, concrete, and previously painted surfaces. It's definitely easier to work with a very undetailed flat piece of furniture when you're using Beyond Paint. It's going to go faster because you can roll the majority of it. This one has tons of detailing, so I am having to use a lot of the stippling with a chip brush, but then I just go over that with the roller to make everything uniform. All the products I'm using today are going to be linked down in the description box. You can use YouTube shopping anytime a button pops up here in the lower left-hand corner, or you can scan this QR code anytime it pops up during the video. This would have been a lot easier on my back and my body if I would have propped it up on some sawhorses or on a table or something, but I'm just trying to do this with as least amount of products as possible, so you can just do this on your floor. After all that detailed work on the base, the drawers were a breeze. I only had to stipple down the middle and then was able to use the roller on the top surface and all around the edges. paint needs 2 to 4 hours in between coats, so I'm going to take my chip brush and my roller and put them in some Ziploc bags so I don't have to clean them in between coats. I'm going to put any of the paint that I didn't use back in the can, and I'm going to rinse my tray out. My first coat is dry. I do see a lot of wood coming through, but that is totally normal, totally fine. This first coat is really like your bonding priming coat. And then on the second coat, you're really gonna see that rich color coming through. I am already loving the direction this is going, so I'm excited to get the second coat on. There's no changes to the second coat. It's going to go on exactly the way I did the first coat. I'm going to use the chip brush to stipple in all those details and the roller to smooth everything out. The coverage on this second coat looks so good. I'm going to let this dry overnight before I put on my hardware. I'm always very happy with myself when I put my hardware and all the screws in a little storage bag or a bowl so I don't lose any. Even after this was painted, these were really easy to put back on because there was a little indentation where they go. I got really lucky and I love the way that these look against the black paint. I'm not going to have to add gilding wax or anything to these. Because the drawers tap up against the frame like you would see with kitchen cabinets, I'm going to use these felt pads to protect the frame from getting chipped. If you've never noticed these on your kitchen cabinets, I bet you have some. Go pull one of your drawers out and check. I'm putting one felt pad on each side of the drawer right in the middle. And you know I love a dramatic before and after, so I'm going to style this for you, but I need to remind you that you need to let this paint cure for 30 days before you store items on top of your furniture. I know that's a long time to wait, but that's going to let the paint cure down completely. It can stand gentle use in those first 30 days, but no cleaning and no storing items on top until those 30 days have passed. In total, I used about half of this quart, so I probably could have got away with just doing a pint. Just a reminder what I started off with, this overlooked orange coffee table now looks like a beautiful high-end Pottery Barn apothecary coffee table. Let me know what you think about this coffee table makeover down in the comments, and let me know if you would try out Beyond Paint yourself. And just for a little fun, I took a picture of this and popped it into Google Lens, and it thought it was a $3,000 designer coffee table. I would say that's the highest compliment I could get. Just a reminder, if there's anything you want to purchase that I used in this video, everything is linked down in the description box. You can also utilize YouTube shopping or just scan this QR code. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up before you leave and subscribe if you want to see more DIYs and affordable home decor. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end, and I will see you in my next one.